Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Well, this past weekend, the Cleveland Browns wrapped up their 2025 draft by selecting University of Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Now, many ask, why make this pick when you just in the third round selected Dillon Gabriel out of the University of Oregon, who's quarterback? Well, the Browns did this for a business decision. Now, it was rumored that the owner, Jimmy Haslam, he influenced the coach and the GM to make this pick. And if you look back, Deion Sanders and Haslam had developed a relationship. And it was also rumored that he had support from President Trump, who openly mocked teams that didn't draft Shedeur. So when this draft was going on, he was actually mocking teams that didn't draft him. Now, it is believed that Deion also is a Trump supporter, and the Haslams are definitely supporters of Trump. Now, did Trump make a call to the Haslams and tell them to pick Shedeur? Who knows? But we do know that the pick of Sanders is pretty much to sell tickets because, as we know, the Haslams, they're building a dome in Brook Park, Ohio, and it looks to be, and they're looking for it to be operational in 2029. Now, with the addition of Shedeur, it gives the Browns a certain swag, not present since the loss of Odell Beckham Jr. and Baker Mayfield. Now, you may laugh when I say Baker Mayfield, but what Baker Mayfield did, he brought a toughness and also a feistiness to the Browns team that wasn't seen for ages. And remember, when he came aboard, he was the one who snapped a long losing streak that the Browns had. So I think, many folks are going to jump on the Shedeur Sanders bandwagon. And also, you got to look at marketing, right? It's not like a lot of people are clamoring for Browns jerseys, especially the Generation Z folks. Heck, not even millennials. And I mean, we got to understand why. Is it because of the color scheme, brown and orange? Or how about this? Their reputation for losing. No one wants to be affiliated with a loser. So we look at Shedeur Sanders and how he got here. Now, he was projected to go in the first round, and he was also projected to be at least the second quarterback off the board. When it was all said and done, he was the sixth quarterback chosen, behind the likes of Dillon Gabriel, who was selected by the Browns, who went in the third round. So the hopes here is that Sanders is humble, because what the NFL told him, they said that, look, you aren't him, all right? We don't really care for you. And he was finally then picked sixth in the fifth round, 144th overall. Now, you talk to the coach and the GM, the coach being Kevin Stefanski and the GM being Andrew Berry. They'll tell you that this was a great value pick, right? And now Sanders, he's in a QB room that has Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson. Now, if Sanders comes in hungry and focused, he can win that starting job. Because you think about it, Flacco, who would probably be the starter, day one starter, he's 40 years old. Kenny Pickett, he got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. It didn't work out there. He traded him to Philadelphia. He was a backup, and now the Browns have him. So there's some opportunities for him to beat Pickett. Pickett will also, of course, be trying for the starting job. Dylan Gabriel. Now, as the draft came out, it was forecasted that Gabriel was no more than a 5th pick at best. Now, it's funny, he goes in the 3rd and Sanders goes into the 5th. So I would foresee Sanders looking at Gabriel and saying, oh, okay, they picked you before me. Okay, you see what I'm saying? And I can definitely see Sanders having a chip on his shoulder. And then Deshaun Watson, of course, will probably be out the whole year with the Achilles injury. Now, again, if he comes in hungry and focused, he can win the starting job. And then the Browns can really do some really nice things, like use the 1st-round pick that they acquired from the Jacksonville trade for another playmaker in 2026, because they have 2 first-round picks. But then again, if it doesn't pan out, they can release him, because after all, he's just a 5th-round pick. So those are some of the things that we have to look at with this Shedeur Sanders pick. But I have a feeling he'll be focused to be in Cleveland for the long haul. I mean, we know his father. They have that fight in them. They definitely have the flash, but the Prime seem to be talented. And let's see what Shedeur could do. I know I'm rooting for him. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.